we think about technology and AI, and of course we have to ask ourselves, what does this mean for human jobs? What does this mean for all of us? Now, quick show of hands, how many of you in the room are a little bit more pessimistic, skeptical, fearful of what AI and technology means for jobs? Put your hands up. Okay, a couple people. How many of you are optimistic about the future? Okay, a lot of optimists. But also some people that are more fearful. Now, the people that are a little bit more fearful and skeptical, I'm guessing you have likely come across lots of this. Lots of these types of articles, lots of this type of research that's been put out there. And the numbers, by the way, vary across the board. 2% of jobs will be automated. 5 million jobs will be automated. 2 billion jobs will be automated. 47% of the workforce will be automated. Which is it? 2 million, 2 billion. That's a big number. So what is it? This is a lot of what we keep being bombarded with on a daily basis. Now, those of you that are more optimistic about the future of work and the role that AI might play, you may have come across these types of articles. Now, there are a couple organizations here which are not named, but I'll name them. The 17,000 roles, that was Accenture. And I talked to the chief leadership and people officer at Accenture. And when I interviewed her, she said, we have automated thousands of jobs inside of Accenture. And I said, well, that sucks. And she said, no. But we didn't lose any people. We just automated the job. And all the jobs that were automated were in finance. These were people that were traditionally just doing number crunching kind of stuff. And what they did is they took those thousands of employees around Accenture's offices that were doing number crunching, and they upskilled them to focus more on being strategic advisors to their clients. And they said, you don't need to crunch the numbers for the clients, you need to help them understand what these numbers mean and help them figure out what to do with these numbers. McDonald's, another organization, they're putting in kiosks at a lot of their locations so that when you go into a McDonald's store and you order food, you don't need to order from a human. You can just order from a kiosk. You push a couple of buttons, you don't need to look at anybody, you don't need to talk to anybody, and your food will be ready. Sounds great. Unless you work at McDonald's. And there were lots of articles that were coming out that were saying McDonald's will automate hundreds of thousands of jobs, it's going to be terrible. And I talked to David Fairhurst, their chief people officer, and I said, look, there's a lot of concern that you guys are going to be letting go of a lot of people. Is that what's going on? And he said, no. Actually, what we're doing is we are, in some cases, increasing the headcount in our stores, but in a lot of cases, the headcount stays the same. And that's because we as an organization are we're going to focus more on creating an experience for our customers. We're going to ask them how their day's going. We're going to bring them their food. We're going to create that experience for them that you could not get simply by interacting with technology. And I see this time and time again. Amazon, another example. They've probably automated more jobs than any company on planet Earth. They've probably also created more jobs than any company. They keep going into new ventures, new business opportunities, right? Keep exploring new things. And there's a big disconnect between what the research says and between what organizations are doing. Now, if you look at the previous article, if you remember some of those headlines, those are articles from research. Those are all people that have hypothesized, theorized, created studies around what's going to happen to job loss. These articles are from organizations who are actually saying what has happened to their workforce as a result of automation. So there's a huge disconnect between what the research says versus what organizations are actually saying is happening. Now, of course, nobody knows what the future brings, but I think it's very interesting to point out that there is that big difference between the two.